Hare Krishna. Today is the appearance day of Lord Nityānanda, and I thought I'd refer to a song of Lochandas Thakur that talks about Lord Nityānanda. Lochandas Thakur was a disciple of Narahari Thakur. We sing about him every evening. Narahari Adhikari Chamaradulaya. Narahari is waving the chamara for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he's very favored by the Lord and his disciple. Lochandas Thakur wrote a biography of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as well as many songs. Srila Prabhupada liked them, he approved of them, and he sometimes sung some of them. Now this is one wonderful song which is called Akrodha Paramānanda Nityānanda Rāya. And it's really extraordinary. It talks about Lord Nityānanda. It starts off with this Akrodha Paramānanda Nityānanda Rāya, that we're singing the glories of Akrodha, one who knows no krodha, no anger. He's free of all anger. Lord Nityānanda, Nityānanda Rāya, Akrodha Paramānanda. Why is he free from anger? Because he's in not just Ananda, but he's in Paramānanda. And this word, of course, Ananda is repeated twice in this line. Paramānanda, Nityānanda. Nityānanda is in Paramānanda. So just in case you think that Nityānanda means that he's so only in Ananda, then he clarifies that Ananda is Paramānanda. So Akrodha Paramānanda Nityānanda Rāya, and he's the king. He's the king of those who are even reached that stage of Paramānanda. And he's free of anger. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also free of anger, but we see in the instance of Jagai Madai that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got angry with Chota Haridas, he got angry with the Krishnadas who went off with the gypsy girls, he got angry, but Lord Nityānanda never gets angry. Akrodha, when it was Jagai Madai, he just wanted to give them mercy. So that's why he's called Akrodha Paramānanda. And of course, when there's no krodha, that means there's no kama esha krodha esha rajaguna samudbhava, there's no mode of passion, there's no lust, there's no greed, there's no anger, because he's in Paramānanda, he's in the supreme transcendental platform. Abhinam shuni anitai nagare bedaya. And he says that Abhiman, he's free from any Abhiman or false ego. What's false ego? Anything other than thinking that we're servants of Krishna, servants of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Dasa Mui, Mui Chaitanya Das, Dasha Dasha, Ranu Das. So Kaviraj Goswami explains in detail how all incarnations of the Lord, everyone thinks of themselves as servants of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityānanda, Advaitacharya, everybody. In terms of Krishna's incarnation, they all consider themselves as being servants of the Lord. So, Abhiman, Lord Nityānanda has only one identity. I am the servant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Das Shamuli. I am Chaitanya Das. Just know me as Chaitanya Das. Nitai, and what does he do, this Nitai? Such a sweet name, Nitai. A lot of devotees like to give their children the names Nitai. It's a very sweet sounding vibration. Nagare Bedoye. He's going throughout the town. He's wandering through the town of Navadvip. Here we are in Navadvip, and Lord Nityānanda was walking through the same places where we are also. And what's he doing when he goes, wanders about the town? Adamama patita jivera dvare dvare giya. He's going dvare dvare giya. He's going door to door. And what does he do door to door? He goes to not just the aristocrats, but Adama, patita, the most fallen, the Adama, the lowest. He goes to anybody. No, in other words, he's not. Lord Nityananda is a Sankirtan devotee. He's the first Sankirtan devotee. Lord Chaitanya sent him out to preach along with Haridas Thakur. So we see devotees are sometimes selective who they approach. But Lord Nityananda is not selective. This is the door of a king. This is the door of a pauper. Makes no difference to him. He just goes door to door. Adama patita jivara dvare dvare. And he's going door to door, door to door. Prabhupada very much wanted our devotees also to go door to door. And what does he do? Harinama Mahamantra Dichene Boliya. And he asks everyone to take the gift of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Harinam mantra. He's distributing Harinam to everyone door to door. That's Lord Nityananda calling. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, tell everyone to chant Hare Krishna and tell everyone to worship Krishna. Well, at least he's following one of those instructions. But what else does he do? Jare deke tarikaha, dante trinadori, jare deke tarikaha. So wherever he goes, whoever he meets, and obviously when he's going door to door, he's also bumping into other people. Same thing. And what does he do? He has a bunch of straw in his mouth. Trinadori. He's holding straw in his mouth. Just like Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur says, Dante nidhaya trinayam padayor nipatya. This is preaching. You fall down before someone's feet with a straw in your mouth. And what does he ask? Amare kiniya lahabol bala gaura hari. He says, please purchase me by worshipping Gaura Hari, by worshipping Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Lord Chaitanya wanted him to tell everyone to worship Krishna. Saying, well, you're Krishna, so I'm telling you to worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that way your worship of Krishna will become perfect. Amara Kiniya Lahi Bale Gaura Hari, Eta Bale Nityānanda Bhumi Gadi Joy. So, saying this, Lord Nityananda not only is holding the straw in his teeth, he's asking everyone, chant Hare Krishna and worship Gaura Hari, and he rolls on the ground in the dust. Like he appears like some kind of golden mountain. You can just imagine this huge form of Lord Nityananda, and he's falling down before these people, and someone knocks on your door, he's standing there with straw in his mouth, folded hands, asks you chant Hare Krishna, and please worship Lord Chaitanya and purchase me like that. And then he falls to the ground and starts rolling. I mean, it's very hard to say no. You've got to really be a demon to actually reject such a person. And that's what Lochan Das Thakur says. He says, Heina avatare jari ratina janmila, Lochan Das se bale se papi ela ara gela. He says, there's no such avatar, there's no such incarnation such as this. And if you don't awaken affection for someone like this, is there such an incarnation? Krishna came and he just demanded standing on the chariot, Sarvadharma Parityaja. Hiranyakashipu, after he killed, Lord Nrsimhadev, after he killed Hiranyakashipu, then he took Prahlad Maharaj on his lap, but he certainly didn't roll on the ground, and he certainly didn't beg the demigods. The demigods were afraid of him to chant Hare Krishna. He was affectionate to Prahlad Maharaj. No incarnation, no one does this. To straw in your mouth, rolling on the ground, what incarnation, what form of the Lord will be willing to do such a thing? So it's just something that really awakens affection within the heart, and the devotees feel obliged. I have to surrender to this person. And Lochan Das Thakur says, well, if you don't, then you're definitely destined to just keep going round and round and round in this samsara, in this cycle of repeated birth and death. So awakening affection, here is our appearance day of Lord Nityananda, to awaken affection for Lord Nityananda as that person who is the door that will lead us to the spiritual world. Nityānanda Das Thakur says, if you want to become free from the grips of this material energy and become a sadhaka who's risen to the transcendental platform instead of being a sadhaka who's always controlled by the modes of material nature, serve Lord Nityananda, meditate on Lord Nityananda, love Lord Nityananda, get somehow or another, cry out for Lord Nityananda's mercy, especially this is the day to do it. And it's the symptom that we get Lord Nityananda's mercy, Shamshara Bhashana Morak Tuchahavi, that you're no longer touched by the influence of the material energy. So here we are, Jai Nitai, Lord Nityananda's appearance day. We should pray to him, request him with a straw in our mouths, rolling on the ground, to be kind to us, to be merciful to us, and to give us the shelter of his lotus feet. And that way we're assured of Lord Chaitanya's mercy and Radha Krishna's mercy, and we can enter into Vrindavan by the grace of Lord Nityananda. Akrodha Paramānanda Nityānanda Rāya. Hare Krishna.